Many families are preparing to send their teenagers off to college for the first time.
It's an exciting milestone, but comes with a lot of unknowns, whether your child is attending college close to home or out of state. So it is normal for teens and their parents to be a little anxious about the transition.
And we have the perfect people to talk about this today. We have Dr. Gigi Chawla from Children's Minnesota, of course, our mid-morning pediatrician. But you have brought with you today someone very special. Who is this?
Yes, thank you for having me today. I brought my daughter Maddie.
Maddie
is headed off to college this fall also.
I understand that tonight you're actually getting on the plane to go to orientation.
I am indeed. I'm headed off to Los Angeles to attend the University of Southern California.
Wow, congratulations. So like I said, it's an exciting time, but there's some emotions too. There's so many unknowns. So I guess what should parents know as they're entering this transition?
Well, first of all, that it's normal, right? That there's going to be a lot of anxiety on both parties, both the parents at some times and the kids at others, and they probably won't match at any given time. So just being conscientious of that, I think, is really helpful.
Do you think that there needs to be kind of one last checkup before you send the kids off to college with the pediatrician that they've maybe grown up with?
Yes, please, everyone do that. I think that's really important to make sure that we clear everybody's health. There's certainly vaccines that we want kids to be aware of. We want them to be fully vaccinated against HPV, so that's a 3-shot series, and we'd love to accomplish that. There's also a new vaccine, a meningitis B vaccine, that's really important, especially for people who are living in close quarters. Like, for example, we know about that information from the military, but also for college students, really important to consider that vaccine.
So for many of these teens, it's going to be their first time going into kind of an unknown territory, making decisions that they've never made before, dealing with social aspects that they've never had to deal with before. What advice do you give for parents on helping their teens with that?
Well, I hope that, you know, unfortunately, this is not something that you can turn on overnight. So this has to be something that you're building, you know, from the time that they're just young kids, and definitely through high school, to be really socially responsible with media and what photos they're taking, how they use Facebook, how they use Instagram, or all other social media platforms. And then just really being conscientious about some of those really important topics to stay safe and be healthy and have good health choices. For example, you know, sexual health and making sure that everybody has access to condoms. It's going to happen. We just want to make sure that people do this in the safest way possible. There's also going to be, you know, alcohol potentially available, and so making sure that you have some really important family discussions about that. And the pieces that I really want to make sure that kids and families have really tough discussions about are the medications or drugs that are potentially available that you haven't discussed. So things like Ritalin or stimulants that are traditionally used for ADHD or attention deficit now could be potentially used to enhance academic performance. So things like that.
There's a lot to talk about. And I know that, Maddie, we get your mom's advice all the time, but what do you want parents to know as someone who's going through this transition? I'm sure you guys have had some conversations. What do you think that you would want them to know?
I think for parents, it's really important, just from my personal experience in high school, to
ready, Mom?
Here we go. To give your kids some kind of experience being independent, whether that's summer camps, whether that's school programs. I've got a lot of friends who went with school to another country, or took a road trip, or went with their church on a missionary trip, and just giving them some kind of experience away from their parents, so that when they do go to college, it's not their first time.
Hey, that's some really good advice. I think you get it from your mom.
Thank you. Look how proud you are.
Exactly.
You're being very cool. Well, we
you.
appreciate your tips, because this is it's a big, exciting time, but there's also some nerves to go along with it.
That's right.
Congratulations. Good luck. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Dr. Gigi.
Heading to California.
I know.
That is one state that might actually be cooler than Minnesota today.
I can almost guarantee it. You're going to have much better weather than what we are left with here. Yep.